Kristen of Ooh La La Spa, who has been practicing aesthetic medicine since 2008. She is the author of the international bestseller, Live Life Beautifully, with a little help, and is recognized as a national master injector and leader. And she will be speaking on creating an innovative and holistic treatment plan focusing on healthy aging.
Healthy aging is the way we should be looking at the entire industry. Every single patient, we should be talking about that. It's not just about correction, it's about prevention and protection. So to get a great treatment plan, we have to think of all these things. So the other thing we're going to talk about is my skin plus body philosophy. So I trademarked that, and it's all in the book, and I talk about each step. Okay, so I always laugh at this. Don't be afraid of aging, embrace it. Why do you think I'm in this industry? I'm not embracing it. I am like kicking it to the curb. I don't want to embrace it. But the important thing is to make sure that we tell our patients that it's okay, we're gonna figure out how to get you through this and make it nice, right? Like, we're gonna make you still look as good as you feel, or feel as good as you look, either way. I really talk a lot about the aging process with my patients, because I think if they understand the how, what, why, then they understand what products and services that I'm going to recommend to them. So why is healthy aging important to you? And especially for you newbies that are out there. Maybe you're just starting your clinic, as my friend Annalisa, who just walked in. Maybe that's what's happening. So start it off the right way. This is what's gonna set you apart. Creating treatment plans that encompass the whole body, that encompass everything, it's gonna set you apart from everybody else in the community. You don't wanna be a doc in the box. You don't wanna run neuromodulator through as fast as you can. This adds so much value to the patient. One of my book models said to me when I did her first consultation, she said, I cannot believe how much education you gave. And skincare is the first aspect of it, and we're gonna go into that a little bit more. Collagen stimulation, injectables, nutrition, and then body treatments. So again, this whole approach, this is what we do with every single patient that comes in. We talk about everything. I think it's extremely important. So this is Tracy. She's one of my book models, and she's my I want it all. She's 53 years old when she came into me, and she was a widow and raised two boys on her own. She came to me and she said, listen, I want to do something for myself finally. And I'm like, girl, let's do it. So 3 months is what we did. We did this huge transformation for her. So skincare is, to me, one of the most important things. We'll get into that in a little bit. But skincare is the most important thing that you can do. So we started her on a great skincare regimen. We did 1 laser resurfacing, only 2 syringes of filler, and look at the difference in her neck and her jawline. Just overall, she just looks incredible. So she came to me after, we saw these photos, and she's just like, you have changed my life. And again, that's why we're in this industry. So not every patient is a Tracy, right? Everybody has goals, they have lifestyles. And when I say lifestyle, it's like don't tell anybody, but I'm a one-time a day skincare person. I'm not good at my evening. I get good sometimes, but some people just cannot do that. I don't like to do treatments either, which is crazy, I know. But it's just, you have to find out what your patients want. And then of course budget's important. And I'm not telling you to look at somebody and say, she can spend $500 and I feel like he could spend $1,000. That's not what it is. You give them all of the products and services you would like them to be on, and then let them make the decision. Start with skincare. So this is the #1 thing. 80% of your patients' results happen at home. So you really, really need to pick a great skincare line or 2, no more than that, that is gonna give you results. So skincare is simply taking care of your skin. So the gals that come in, or the guys that come in and say, I'm on oil of Olay, and I do wash my face twice a day. So I say, well, congratulations, that's amazing, but let's get some skincare that's actually gonna give you some results. So this is a way for them to invest in themselves. It includes some of the, the at-home products, but also some of our services. So like our chemical peels, our Diamond Glow. So I just lumped all that stuff together. Monitoring patients' photos is an absolute must. So if you're not doing that, you need to really figure out how to do it. I'm talking same room, same lighting, same headband every single time. It has to be exact every time. So these are my photos. And I want to tell you, I did, when I was choosing my skincare line, I did a super duper scientific study. and made my sister do it. I had one patient, and that was her. And I'm like, yeah, I don't know so much that I want to use this product, but I think you should try it. So in 2008, when I got my laser, we got a skincare line that stripped the skin. It was great for brown spots, but it really didn't do anything for the health of the skin. So the new skincare line around the 2009-2010 came around. Patients started asking for it. And I was like, well, I don't know what this product is. So yeah, sis, come on in. I call her sis still. My kids call her Aunt Sis. So I had her do the old skincare line on one side of the face and the new skincare line on the other. And after 12 weeks, I paraded her around the office and said, which side of her face looks better? Every single person, and there were probably 12 to 15 that we asked, every single one said the new side of her face. And they said the brown spots are better on the other side, but the skin looked dull, it looked old, it just didn't look as glowy. So anyway, so that's how I chose my first skincare line, and we actually are celebrating our 15-year anniversary with them, and you'll see even more before and afters. Okay, so 2010, so this is me. 2010, I started this new skincare line, and 2013, they had a new product that came out. So I'm like, well, I should probably get my photos. And I'll never forget, it was my office manager was taking the photo. She's been with me for 13 years. And I seriously, if you would have asked me 30 seconds before I took this photo, if I saw any change, I'd have been like, no. I still look in the mirror and wonder who the hell is looking at me back, like, why do I have all these lines and wrinkles? And so I was like, stop. Look at the difference in the lines on my skin. Oh shoot, dang it, I'm not very good at this one. So the lines around my mouth have greatly improved. Now granted, it's 3 years later, but that's product alone. Like I said, I don't do a lot of treatments. I do more now, but I didn't back then, and maybe one chemical peel. I hate downtime. So that's product. Now, the difference in the color of my skin from 13 to 15, that's the product that I had started. It was the lightening and brightening agent, and you can just see the redness is so much better. So in these photos, and I have these hanging all over my office so that we can talk about my progression and my journey, that you can see such a difference. Now, 2014 is when we started bringing in collagen stimulation treatment, so I can't say after 2015 that this is all skincare related. I do every kind of collagen stimulation I possibly can to, again, kick that aging to the curb. I don't want it. But what you can see in 2020 is you can see the aging process kicking in, right? You can see my nasolabial folds. You can see the lack of lips that I have. When I saw that, I was like, oh my gosh, I gotta get my lips done. 2015 is the only time in all of these photos that I have a little bit of filler, except for some lips in 2021. So it's been 4 years since I've had any kind of filler. Now, again, all skincare, collagen stimulation. So it's really important to have your journey documented, and it's really important to talk about your journey. Okay, so here are our non-negotiables when you're looking at a skincare line. You have to look at both the active and the inactive ingredients. They're both super important, but you have to know the concentration of the active ingredients as well. So it's not, my one little skincare study, probably shouldn't choose the product that I'm selling because I only have one study. So you want to know, how many studies do they have? How were those studies done? The one thing when I say growing up in this industry is I talked to the skincare line, to the formulators. I talked to the other line that I brought in 2014. I talked to the formulators all the time. I want to know what they're doing, how they're studying, and how it's going. You want products to be proven to prevent further damage, protect from external factors, and of course, reverse our current damage. So this is Vicky. Vicky is my minimalist patient. So we did CrossFit together, and I'm so excited to do a complete transformation on her for the book. And that really was my goal in the beginning, is I was gonna do 5 patients, and I was gonna do everything that I could possibly do to them. And Vicky came to me, we did a big group meeting of 20 gals, and we were talking about what the products and services, and Vicky came to me, she said, listen, I'm terrified of everything you just said. I don't wanna do anything. Now, all this was complimentary. I didn't charge anybody for anything. And so I'm like, you're gonna not do free treatments? That's okay, that's fine. And she said, I'm a minimalist, I just wanna do a little bit. So you can see the skincare I put her on. I put her on 1 healthy aging peptide serum, and then she did 4 hydrodermabrasions, and you can see such a huge difference in her skin with that minimal amount of care. she texted me and said she just couldn't believe how hydrated she felt and how much better she felt about her skin. She might have been kicking herself. Maybe she wanted to do a little bit more, but she was pretty happy. So this is Kathy, and Kathy was a 44-year-old female who was also a single mom, and she was really funny in the meeting because she said, I didn't think I could afford this place. I've driven by it a million times, and I just thought there's no way I could come in here and do anything. And the upper photo is her before, and then we put product on right after. So the product that we put on is a 3-in-1, gives instant gratification. If you can give your patients instant gratification, why not do that, right? So she is still a patient to this day. She's dabbled in a few other things, but she mainly does skincare. And if you look in her bottom photo, you can clearly see the change in her skin in her after just 3 months. And really, there wasn't much besides the 3-in-1 and her cleanser and the sunscreen. She did 1 chemical peel. So these are really amazing results. And that's the thing that I want you to take from this is that, like I said, not everybody's going to do every single thing. So you have to figure out what the best treatment plan is, obviously, for each patient. This one is not in my book, but she lets us use our photos. This photo is plastered all over our office as well. She is still a member, still comes in. We did 3 radiofrequency microneedling along with her skincare, and she had 2 syringes of fillers. So those are really incredible results, and we see this all the time with our microneedling, radiofrequency microneedling. This is Julie, and Julie just wanted a little refresh. Her husband had stage 4 cancer when she came to the book model event. And she's an optometrist, and obviously a lot of stress going on in her life. And she said, I don't want to look different, I just want to look refreshed. So we put her on her skincare line. You can see, start with skincare, keep your skincare going. We did 3 syringes of dermal filler and 1 in her lips, and then just her crow's feet. She still comes. I just saw her 2 weeks ago, and she just does her crow's feet and maybe 1 syringe. So one of the things I've done here, is going through the longevity track, which I love, and I can't wait for the next 2 speakers because they have so much more to offer than what I do for the nutrition part. But we do offer medical grade supplements as well, and with that, it's the same as picking a product, skincare product, is you have to make sure that you have a quality line that you're offering. So then here's our body. These are both book models. Vicky is the one who did the cool sculpting under her chin. And again, I offered them anything they wanted in the clinic. That's all she wanted, and we put her on a skincare line as well. Hers was very minimal too. She did a 3-in-1 for redness, and you can see a little bit of that. But she said that she had a 14-year-old daughter, and she said that she was thrilled with this result and thrilled that she could share with her daughter that it is okay to do things like this. It is okay to take care of yourself and make yourself feel better. So I loved that. And then my other one, her name is Tiffany, and I think she has cool sculpted every part of her body since 2019. So she, of course, loves it and is one of our biggest fans. So here, I'm going to talk about memberships. Like I said, even though the talk is not really about that, but I really feel so strongly about it. And this is Beth. She said she called herself the sexy mama. I didn't put that on there, but she also was a book model. But if you remember, which I'm sure you don't, but the bullet points I had on why healthy aging is important, it's the same here. These are the same exact bullet points. So it sets you apart from other clinics, it adds value, it improves your patient's results, boosts confidence, creates that loyalty. That loyalty is what we need, especially, like I said earlier, like there are clinics popping up everywhere. So it's so hard to fight for those new patients. So get them in, have them become loyal, and they stay with you. And then obviously it increases your revenue. So I wanted to throw this in here. It's a little bit of a busy slide, but take a look at the auto ship and skincare revenue. So like I said, I started the membership. I didn't say this. I started the membership in 2013, and you can see how our sales skyrocketed. We have 75 patients who are still in our auto ship program that we started back in 2013. So if that doesn't tell you that how great this product is, like they will not stop it, but also that how loyal they are to us. The neuromodulator, you can see it go up and down, the little line in the beginning. Allergan would give us three $50 rebates and they would take them away. They would give us three $50 rebates, they would take them away. So that's where that volatility was coming in. So I'm like, well, there has to be a way for us to do this. So we decided to do buy 3 at regular price, get 1 free Botox treatment. So that got patients in the door 4 times. And then if they were a 3 time, you would do buy 2, and the 3rd one was half price. So we were playing with this all throughout, the 2000s. I would say like the 1940s because I feel like I've been doing it that long. But we finally figured out that we found a software company that helped us. And then the service revenue, we started that in 2021. We started a service membership. So it was, I think it was $200 and you could get 2 services. So it's almost a buy one, get one free. The orange line is COVID. And if you notice, we have just a little bit of a dip. So if there's one thing you take from this, memberships are incredible for patient loyalty, but bringing in monthly revenue. So our patients, we paid all of our staff the entire time that we were closed, and our patients wouldn't use their money that they had on account. They would spend more money with us, like, calling in, I need this product and this product, and then we had a drive-through that they would come and pick it up. But they're that loyal to us that they wanted to continue to give us money, which was great. And so, like I said, you can see there wasn't much of a dip. So that's really important when it comes to patient loyalty and sleeping at night, because you have this revenue that's coming in every single month that you're really not doing a whole lot for. So I say all of that to tell you, don't do anything that I did, because it was really complicated. So if I were to start all over again, here's what I would do. I would do like a beauty bank. And right now we're in the process of trying to streamline all of our people into 3 different little beauty banks. But again, we have over 500 members. And so it's gonna be a challenge of 2025. We're embracing this challenge. But here's how I would start it. I would do $200 a month. We find that that is actually a pretty good amount that patients, it's not too much, it's not too little, and all they're doing is banking that money. They can use it towards anything. So don't earmark it to Botox or to a service or to anything else, to product, but then you don't ever have to do a special again. I don't know, does anybody in here love specials? I hate them, I hate promos, I hate it when somebody comes and say, hey, we should do this. I'm like, no. The membership is the promo. The membership is where they can get the best pricing every single day. The other thing to remember is don't give anything away for free. So meaning time, so don't give services. So it's so easy to think, oh, I'll just give a free Diamond Glow. I'll just do this. No, because you have to pay your staff to do the Diamond Glow. So if you give 200 free Diamond Glows, that's 200 free hours of time. And so you don't want to do that. So think of gift with purchase. So if you buy something from a company and they give you, eye patches, or this year we did, they had these little cleansing cloths with our skincare line. That was the holiday gift that we gave to everybody. And the patients really appreciate that extra little gift. So what can you do to get started? So you just have to decide what products and services that you want to talk about every single day and that you want your patients using. You have to have a team that believes in you, believes in your products, believes in your services, and believes in that membership. If you don't have it, you're not going to be successful. And training and more training and more training is the only way to get them comfortable with creating these treatment plans. It took a while to get some of my team on board for the My Skin Plus Body philosophy, but I have a wonderful brand new team that embraces it and loves it and understands it. And then talking to your patients about healthy aging, like I mentioned in the beginning, that's the most important thing, is that if they understand it, then they know why you're telling them to do these things and recommending these things. Oh, social media, get yourself out there, do all that, and then, like I said, start a membership program. And then these are my babies again. If you scan that, you can get my information. And like I said, I have another QR code if you want to get a free PDF of the book. The book is written for patients, but really providers, I think it really is helpful for them because it goes into a lot more detail on how I picked my products and how I picked my services. So, all right, that's it. Any questions?